Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Sunday. Got the MLB, NHL, and NBA public betting guide today. And yeah, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. Yeah, we'll hop in it. Start with the MLB. We got the Orioles and Braves. 69% of the money on the Braves minus 1.5. 99% of the money on that under 9, and then 88% of the money on the Orioles money line. Red Sox and Phillies, 71% of the money on the Phillies minus 1.5, 84% of the money on that over 9.5, and then 81% of the money on the Red Sox money line. Blue Jays and Pirates, 85% of the money on the Blue Jays minus 1.5, 80% of the money on the over 9, and then 78% of the money on the Pirates money line. Twins and Guardians, 64% of the money on the Guardians plus 1.5, 77% of the money on the over 8.5, and then 60% of the money on the Guardians money line. Rockies and Mets, 52% of the money on the Rockies plus 1.5, 81% of the money on that under 8.5, and then 95% of the money on the Rockies money line. Yankees and Rays, 99% of the money on the Yankees minus 1.5, 72% of the money on that over 7.5, and then 54% of the money on the Rays money line. Royals and Athletics, 59% of the bets are on the Royals plus 1.5, 65% of the money on that over 10, and then 66% of the money on the A's money line. Tigers and Cardinals, 56% of the money on the Tigers plus 1.5, 95% of the money on that over 9.5, and then 60% of the money on the Tigers money line. Marlins and Cubs, 95% of the money on the Marlins minus 1.5, 94% of the money on that under 7, and then 70% of the money on the Cubs money line. Brewers and Giants, 94% of the money on the over 9, 70% of the money on the Brewers money line. And then the Rangers and Angels, 66% of the money on the Angels minus 1.5. I'm sorry, 66% of the bets, 97% of the money on the over 9.5. And then 64% of the money on the Angels money line. White Sox and Reds, 57% of the bets are on the White Sox plus 1.5, 99% of the money on the over 9.5, and then 92% of the money on the Reds money line. Nationals and Diamondbacks, 75% of the bets are on the Diamondbacks minus 1.5, 60% of the bets are on that under 9, and then 90% of the money is on the Nationals money line. Astros and Mariners, the 50-50 split on the spread, 91% of the money on the under 8, and then 93% of the bets, 93% of the money on the Astros money line. Then the Dodgers and Padres, 67% of the bets are on the Padres plus 1.5. Ooh, that actually just changed live as I was recording. 95% of the money on the Padres plus 1.5, 67% of the money on the under 8, and then 83% of the money on the Padres money line. We'll go to NBA here. Celtics and 76ers, 53% of the money on the Celtics minus 2.5, 86% of the money on that over 214, and then 66% of the money on the 76ers money line. Nuggets and Suns, 79% of the money on the Nuggets plus 2.5, 61% of the money on the over 227, and then 94% of the money on the Nuggets money line. And then NHL, Hurricanes and Devils, 70% of the money on the Devils minus 1.5, 73% of the money on that over 5.5, and then 56% of the money on the Devils money line. Maple Leafs and Panthers, 64% of the bets are on the Panthers plus 1.5, 96% of the money on the over 6.5, and then 86% of the money on the Maple Leafs money line. Stars and Kraken, 74% of the bets are on the Kraken plus 1.5. 92% of the money on that over 5.5. And then 64% of the money on the Kraken money line. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.